Hi, I'm Esther Avant. Rich and I recently had an awesome chat here on the podcast. I'd love for you to check out my podcast, To Your Health. With over 350 episodes, it's all about helping you stop starting over and finally follow through on your goals, starting with your health. You can find it wherever you're listening now.
Hey everyone, it's Rich Bennett. Can you believe it? The show is turning 10 this year. I am so grateful for each and every one of you who've tuned in, shared an episode, or even joined the conversation over the years. You're the reason that this podcast has grown into what it is today. Together, we've shared laughs, tears, and moments that truly matter. So I want to thank you for being part of this journey. Let's make the next 10 years even better.
Coming to you from the Freedom Federal Credit Union Studios, Harford County Living presents Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Slow pitch
It's probably the least sexy part of the organizing. That's okay. No. The truth is,
Today, I'm honored to sit down with someone who's not only an award-winning family musician and accomplished children's author, but also a brother, I guess you could say. He's also a proud Navy veteran with a deep respect for resilience and community. Greg Lato's music has topped iTunes charts, been featured on Apple Music playlist, and resonated with families across the country. But his latest project, Dandelion, songs inspired by military kids and families, goes beyond melodies. It's a heartfelt tribute to the strength, sacrifice, and spirit of our nation's military children. We'll talk about the stories behind the songs, what inspired him to work with real military families, as opposed to fake ones, I guess, and why he continues to focus his art on uplifting the next generation. If you've ever wondered what it looks like when music meets mission, this is the episode for you. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, whatever you're drinking, and do me a favor. After you listen to this, I want to direct you to a website right now. Greg Lato, Lato, dandelion.com. And when you look at everything on there, like I said, do it after you listen to this episode because you won't be able to stop listening to the music and watching the videos. So first of all, how's it going, Greg? You're going to like my first question.
It's going great. Thank you for having me.
All right. I just got to ask right off the bat, man. Old school, new school was, I watched the video and I can't get this song out of my head. Old school, new school. No. Anyways, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen like a little bit of some rap, but was there a big influence from Saved by the Bell?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. That whole era, basically, from through the 80s and through the early 90s, I guess, is a big influence on my music, that whole era. So, yeah, you could definitely hear the influences in
you
my
can
music.
see it.
You can see it too, yeah.
What I'm referring to is you with the wig like Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Right. That wasn't a specific reference that I
Oh,
made.
Really?
But, it's maybe just in me, and just in my whole makeup, I guess, of who I am growing up before that and through that time, I guess. Yeah. So it's all in
times.
There. Yeah.
All right. So for those people that may not be familiar with your story, how did your journey in music and children's media actually begin?
So from when I was very small, I grew up in a musical family.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was a jazz musician that played for many of the greats.
Really?
He played for Tony Bennett. He played for Natalie Cole, the Righteous Brothers. And I grew up with him rehearsing in the house, and just kind of would dive into his record collection. And, he had many different styles in there, mostly
Right.
bands with horns, like Earth, Wind, and Fire and Chicago and
Oh, yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. And I would just immerse myself into that music and just sit in my room for hours and listen and read the liner notes,
Yes.
what we used to do. And, that's basically how I got into music. And then when I was like 7 or 8, I would
Mhm.
just come up with my own melodies and record them on a cassette.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So, and, fast forward to when I got older and I would just, collaborate with people and just write songs. I basically started as a songwriter
Okay.
and, became a singer to get my songs out there. That's
Right.
that's really just a vehicle to be heard, and eventually got into children's music.
I was gonna say, was it always children's music, or what were you playing originally?
No, for many years before that, I was just doing like pop rock stuff,
Okay.
like adult themed stuff. And then since I had kids, I got into the children's music.
I don't I don't know if that's common or what, because I remember when my daughter was younger, she loved the Wiggles. And if I'm not mistaken, they, or maybe a couple of them, used to play in a rock band, and then they started the Wiggles as I wanna say like a college project or something. But there's some other children's musicians that have done the same thing, have started out doing either rock, jazz, whatever, even R&B, and then have converted over to children's music, which is great because to me, you'd rather have the young kids listening to the children's music than some of the stuff out there today, especially.
Right. Yeah,
So
and yeah, that's what I'm all about is
right.
wholesome family content. So I think
Mhm.
there definitely should be more of that.
Oh, absolutely. So what made you decide to actually go into the Navy?
It was just kind of like a decision I made. It
Mhm.
was like one
Okay.
of those things where I did want to be a firefighter at the time.
Oh,
I was doing music, but I had to seriously think about a solid career.
right.
And I was interested in firefighting, specifically like maybe at like an airport.
Oh, oh.
So I had talked to somebody locally that was a bit older than me and had been in the Navy. And I guess like my parents had me meet with him and talk about it before I made a decision.
Mhm.
And they kind of went through it and about their experience, which was a great one. And I made the decision to go in. And when I went in, it just so happened that I got stationed in San Diego, which was like 2 hours from LA,
Mhm.
where it's one of the music capitals. uh,
Yes.
so I kind of just like on my time off would go there and make friends, network, and yeah,
Go to the clubs and sit down and jam with some of the musicians?
a little bit, but it was
Okay.
mostly just like networking with music industry people.
Right. Smart.
Uh, because I had friends that went to Berklee College of Music and they in Boston and
Mhm.
they moved out there at the same time, were there. So I would kind of just like hang with them and
Okay.
music industry people would be with them at the time and would just network basically.
Okay, with the 'cause everybody hears the horror stories about the music industry. We know it's hard to get into the different genres. Country can be hard, rock can be hard. What about as far as children's music? Was that pretty easy to get into and start getting, I wanna say published, but that's an author's
Yeah.
term. Just getting your music out there. I mean, was it still as hard as the other genres, or was it pretty easy?
I mean, everything is difficult,
Yeah,
like
well,
with
yeah, that's
anything
true.
in music especially is difficult
Mhm.
to break through. But I have to say, like with not that it's easy, but there is a tight knit community in the children's music genre
Right.
where a lot of the artists, know each other and hang at the same networking events. And we have several things that we go to every year. We have like a children's music network conference that we go
Really?
to. Yeah. So the Grammy. I go to the Grammys every year, basically for the last 3 years, and we have a breakfast,
Right.
together, um, and just meet
Oh,
yearly.
wow.
So yeah, so that's the good thing about it, and I love
Yeah,
that about children's music is that everybody kind of just like helps each other and supports each other, which
that's
is
great.
you don't get that in a lot of the other genres.
Yeah, yeah. So, with Dandelion, this is your new album, right?
Yes. Yep.
All right, what was the spark that inspired Dandelion, and why I think I know the answer to the second part of this question, but why military kids?
So I had never really incorporated my own service with the music. It was always like a separate thing, like something I did, in my past and that I'm very proud of. I've always been proud of my service. Um, and as I get older, I get even prouder of it, just I don't know, just you think about things more as you get older and more mature, and you just
That's true.
I have just a deep appreciation for it.
Yeah,
Um, so and of the military in general. But I was always genuinely interested in how the families um, deal with their the service of their family member. Like the
yeah.
kids, because really, in reality, the whole family serves.
Mhm, that's true.
You know, the kids serve the spouse. So I was very interested in their stories and finding out how that all works, like what do the kids go through, new kid at school and moving constantly,
Yeah.
and a lot of those themes could lend itself to children's music,
Mhm.
because it is family music what I do. So I wanted to dive into that world and just meet with the families and hear their stories and write songs based on those stories and meetings.
And actually, so you collaborated with actual military families and children. Can you actually share what those sessions were like? Because I'm sure there had to be some tears as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a children's album, so I want to keep it
Mhm.
light and upbeat and fun. And it was all fun, but there
Yeah.
were many heartfelt moments in it too, and it does reflect in some of the songs.
Right.
Um, but there were a couple meetings that were not easy. I mean, like one in particular, I met with an 11-year-old girl that her dad passed away due to PTSD. He was a Navy veteran.
Oh,
Um,
man.
and it was at a therapy ranch that she goes to, where she rides the horses and it helps her, you know, cope. And she's an amazing kid.
Mhm.
So much personality. Like we have the content all on video and everything, and
Yeah.
I put some of it out, but I'm gonna dive more into her story. Um, but she shines in the video. I mean, it's all her. She's got so much personality, and
Right.
she's funny. She has a great attitude. So, yeah, I mean, it was very emotional, especially like when I left, after, I had to kind of like, um, it took me a while to
Yeah.
get through that and over it, and I'm not over it, but,
I don't
come
think you
down
can
from
ever
that.
get over it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah, and she's actually in the old school, new school video. I had her come back and go and join the video. Um, but stuff like that, were challenging and were definitely sad and heartfelt moments.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you mentioned the video again. Did you
Mhm.
save outtakes? Because
Oh
the
yeah,
little girl in the
yeah.
beginning with the clapper, I was rolling before the song even started.
Those are some of the outtakes. Yeah, that
Oh,
we
okay.
included in it. Yeah. So like she was just supposed to click the thing. I don't know what it's
Right.
called, but for the take, and she was great. It was
She
so
was.
funny that we had to include all of those kind of like a little blooper reel in the beginning. Yeah.
I love it. Alright, so with the Dandelion, Why is the dandelion such a powerful symbol for military children? And
Well,
how did
yeah.
that theme influence the songwriting?
Well, it's the official flower of the military child. It's due to its resilience as a
Mhm.
flower, it can grow anywhere. It's
Never
withstands
thought about
weather
that.
through adversity. It's just a strong and resilient flower. It's
Yeah.
seen as, and when it blows, it goes where the wind takes it. So it's kind of like the military child. It's they have to be strong, and they are brave kids, and they do think about it. Some of the families, okay, I met with, the kids haven't been in a school for longer than a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, so every year and a half they move to a new town, sometimes a new country,
Mhm.
where dealing with the language barrier, you're dealing with just new people overall. Like, you're just
Yeah.
going to a whole clean slate every couple of years.
Culture
Um,
shock.
Culture shock, and I just wanted to know, um, you know, what is that like? You know, dealing with that and meeting new friends, especially when you're in school. It's
Mhm.
tough as it is in a place where you grew up. It's tough to meet new friends, and I deal with that with my daughters. My daughters are 11 and 8,
Okay.
and my older daughter especially is just starting to get into that whole cliques with friends and
Yeah.
all that in school, and it's just extremely difficult. And I struggled when I was a kid too.
Mhm.
But it's like, I want to know for them, it's especially difficult.
Right.
And do they like it? I wanted to know that. Some kids do like it, some kids don't like it. They'd rather be in one place. So that's what I wanted to know, and definitely got those answers and put them into song.
So, is the dandelion, is that actually truly the military symbol for that, or is that something
Yeah.
that you create? Really?
No, yeah, no, I did not come up with that.
I never knew that, but it makes perfect sense.
It does. Yeah. And they have like April is the month of the military child, and a lot of the symbolism
Wow.
on their the advertisement of it
Yeah.
is a dandelion blowing in the wind. So I definitely wanted to tap
Wow.
into that. I wanted to use that, something that's familiar.
Mhm.
That if you look at it, um, if you're a military family, you know what that is,
Right.
and you know that it's based on military kids. So I wanted that familiarity with it, and that to come through.
What's one track on the album that actually holds a particularly emotional or memorable story for you?
I would say there's a song called "Home Is Not a Place," and it's
Mm.
I was asking the kids, all the families basically that moved around a lot. I would ask them, "What does home mean to you?"
Greg, I
Because
gotta be honest with you.
yeah,
I watched that video. I was freaking crying, man. I mean, that brought tears to my eyes. That
yeah,
oh god, yeah, the interviews. Yeah, I'm sorry,
oh
go
yeah,
ahead. But it's
oh yeah,
wow.
yeah. So that's what I wanted to know is, and I get different answers, um, very interesting answers.
Mhm.
You know, one kid would say, "I hear the birds chirp wherever I go, and that makes me feel like at home."
Yeah.
Or one parent said, "I we bring the Christmas decorations with us wherever we go," and it's like, how families have their ornaments that are in the family and
Yeah.
pass through the years, and that just makes them feel like they're home. It's like
Yeah.
not necessarily the physical place, but it's a person, a thought, or a mom's cooking, like whatever it is, a book, my favorite book, my music, all of those things. And I just put them all in the song, and that song, it really speaks to the military family experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people realize how hard it is on the families of somebody that's serving in the military, and even after they get out, especially nowadays. And man, I'm glad you did this. And speaking of which, so the songs touch on a lot of topics like separation, resilience, and even belonging. How do you actually approach, heavy subjects like that while still making them accessible to kids?
Yeah, it was a challenge that I loved doing that, like, figuring that out.
That's the military man in you. You
Yeah,
love the
I,
challenge.
I love the challenge. Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
like, it just made it interesting, like as a songwriter, to
Mhm.
find new content to write about. I had never done that before. Usually the children's songs that I have written were like about my kids, or making up funny songs to things that they would do, like stuff like that.
Right.
But this was actually like writing about other people's stories, and there was just no lack of content. And plus I go to that place. Like if I have a topic, I
Mhm.
automatically go to that, children's music place, like where I just start writing. And not all the songs are about the military. It's
Yeah.
the kids could say anything and it could spark a song idea. Like there's a song called Dippin' Chicken, and it's just about like kids' favorite food, like,
Chicken tenders.
or yeah, a song about pizza, because the family, when they had pizza nights, like,
Mhm.
which are family traditions that they keep even when the parent is deployed. They
Yeah.
maintain these movie nights, pizza night, just to kind of keep things in a constant, like in
Mhm.
normalcy in the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So I wrote songs about that, because it is a children's album.
That's awesome. Actually, what are some of the reactions you received from the military families that heard the songs?
That's the best part of it,
Yeah.
is when they like it or love the songs, and give me feedback and tell me that is the best, that
Mhm.
because I'm making it for them.
Right.
you know i'm I'm making the album for them, to have a soundtrack to military family life, and also to people who don't know that world.
Yeah.
It's just trying to let them know about it. um but yeah, I've gotten a lot of feedback on social media, and when they share posts and write their own little review, that's the best part of it. And I've got
Yeah.
such a positive, great response from the families that I'm really happy with how it all turned out.
Now, have you done music videos for all the songs on it or just some of them?
Not all of them yet, but I
Yet.
plan on
Oh,
doing
I
a
love
lot
that
more.
answer, yet.
Yeah, yeah, because as the cycle of the album continues, I'm still gonna be rolling out more content and
Good.
doing more videos. So far, I have 2 music videos out,
Mhm.
um, but I'm gonna be working on more, and I have so much content of video with the families that I'm gonna be rolling that out more too.
You're listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. We'll be right back. Ever been caught off guard by a sudden heat wave or cold front? We've all been there. That's why I'm excited about our sponsor for this episode, EcoCool HVAC. Veteran owned and rooted in Harford County, EcoCool HVAC is your go to solution for all things heating and cooling. Whether you're battling summer's heat or winter's chill, they've got you covered with their top notch heating and air conditioning services, and even pool heating solutions. Stephen Crodell and his qualified team ensure rapid response and meticulous attention to detail. It's not just about providing a service, it's about caring for the community. Their motto: when you call, they care, and they're there. If you need professional, reliable HVAC assistance, dial EcoCool HVAC at 443 324 9714. Again, that's 443 324 9714, or visit ecocoolhvac.com. Again, that's ecocoolhvac.com. Here's to comfort all year round. thanks to EcoCool HVAC. Now, I don't know if you're doing this yet or not. If you are, awesome. If not, are there any plans for you to tour around playing the music from this?
Yeah, so I do have like a lot of shows locally in
Okay.
my area, like the New England area.
Right.
But I'm looking to branch out more and maybe do some shows at like bases. I reached out to the
Ooh.
USO as well to try to maybe do like a tour of bases through them. So hopefully I can do that. And if anybody hears this and um, to kind of like help me out with that, that would be great. Because I'm really
Actually,
trying to tour bases.
Brad Cox, if you're listening to this, since you got the ties with APG Federal Credit Union Arena, I know Greg could fill that place up. So I think you need to get in contact with him. And to book you, they do it right through your website, right?
Oh yeah, yep. I have
Oh,
all the
okay.
contact info on there.
Well, I'm good. I got to get you down here. If we can get Mallory Lewis and Lamb Chop down here, we got to get you down here.
I'm
And
ready.
even, yeah, postmodern jukebox and all that. So yeah, we got to get you down here. The thing is, and I just remember this from like, again, taking my daughter to see the Wiggles, even though my daughter was in shock. It's just something about as an adult watching a children's musician in concert. It brings joy to you. You know, it's like it just
Yeah,
makes your day so much better. And it's not loud like going to a rock festival either.
right.
You
Yeah,
can
I
hear
mean,
when you're done.
right. Everyone gets into it too. It's
Oh,
like not
yeah.
just the kids, the parents. Sometimes the grandparents.
Yeah.
They're they're doing dances with me and with everybody. So it's really just like the whole family has fun.
I'll even look, if you come down here, I promise I will even, if I can find it, get that screech looking wig.
I'll bring it.
Okay, there you go. And I'll wear it.
Yeah.
How do you hope the album will support children going through the challenges of military life?
I'm sorry.
I said, how do you actually hope that the album will support children going through the challenges of military life?
Um, just to use it as a sense of comfort
Mm-hmm.
and and so they know they're not alone. There are a lot of other families going through the same thing, which they know that, there's a big
Yeah.
support system wherever they go. Um, but, there are a lot of kids that go to schools in military communities
Mm-hmm.
that the school has, like, it's a public school, so it has kids, civilian kids, and kids with military families, and a lot of them don't know other military kids in the schools too.
Yeah.
So like I did a week long songwriting workshop at a school with 20 military kids,
Wow.
and some of the kids did not know each other was a military kid in the school, and some of them remembered some kids from previous duty stations that
Really?
they didn't know they went to the school. They found out at my workshop.
Oh, wow.
So
Do
it's a
you all?
sense of camaraderie that they have where they feel like they're not alone. And I want this music to do that,
Yeah.
um, to just kind of like bind them together, which they already do. But, I just want the music to kind of support that
Mm-hmm.
experience and also let other kids know that aren't in that world what they go through and endure, and how they also serve the country.
Yeah, so tell everybody where they can actually find the music. Besides, I know it's on Apple and Spotify. Is that the only way?
It's on all the streaming services.
Okay.
Yeah, Apple Music, Spotify. It's also on my website, greglatodandelion.com. It could be streamed, and I don't have physical copies, but it's all online basically, all to stream or download.
Okay. This is, and I've never asked an artist this question, but in this one, hopefully you can answer this because with music, we're seeing everything streamed lately. How is it that a musician actually makes money, especially if it's on Spotify where you can stream it for free and everything?
Well, you still get paid, but it's not
Okay.
nearly as much as
Right.
you would if it was purchased. Which is before the streaming, you could purchase it. You can still
Mhm.
purchase it, but
Okay.
the main way is to stream it. But it is very small compensation,
Yeah.
so you would have to get quite a bit of streams to make any decent amount of money.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's not like there's a lot of money to be made.
So in other words, people need to book you so you can come perform for them. And actually, you
Right.
said yeah, you mentioned workshops. Do you do workshops online as well, or is that just in person? Or was
um,
that the one time?
I've done some workshop. That was the only workshop I did for military kids, which
Okay.
which I am in talks with some other military organizations to do more.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I've done it for military families. I've done songwriting workshops for the Girl Scouts as well.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
yeah, so I'm looking to do more of that actually because I had so much fun doing it.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised like how many kids are interested in the songwriting process.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure. I mean, that's well, yeah, and you do. I'm glad to see that a lot of the young kids are writing songs. Well, I mean, you're seeing a lot of young musicians out there too. But I'm just glad to see that they are and writing all types of music, which is great. All right. So before I get to my last question, is there anything you would like to add?
Just I just want to thank all of the military families, all of the organizations that, supported this project. And that wouldn't be possible with it's
Yeah.
really all them. It's
Hmm.
I was just kind of like a vehicle to to get the stories out, to get the word out, to kind of amplify the voices and highlight these experiences of the families. But this whole project is really just all about them. It's all about the military families and what they go through every day to ensure our freedom.
Mm. All right. Yeah. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm doing something new where instead of asking the same question all the time, I got like 50 different questions. So I tell the guest to pick a number between 1 and 50, and that's the question I ask. But if you don't, I just looked at this one question, which would go perfect for this. So if you don't pick
Okay.
this number, I'm going to ask that question too. But pick a number between 1 and 50.
Pick my favorite number, which is 10.
10. Oh, okay. Why 10? I mean, I know that's your favorite number, but why is 10 your favorite number?
My birthday's on the 10th, and I just like the number 10.
Uh,
I don't know why. I just always did. So
all right. This
it
is
mainly
too,
has a lot to do with my birthday.
this is just too weird. Okay. So 10 and 30, 10, and the other number is 34. Did you send me these questions? You're gonna love this. So you picked number 10. This is the question that's on number 10. If your life had a theme song, what would it be and why?
um, just grateful, like I mean, I'm just grateful for everything that I have in life.
Mhm.
It's I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for this journey, that music has taken me on. So I guess that's probably what my theme song would be.
Have you written that theme song yet?
I have a song called "Thankful" on my
Okay.
last album,
Oh, okay. Well,
um,
that'll work.
but yeah, I guess that works.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, Greg, this is just too weird. So that was number 10. Here we are talking about music and a theme song. Something else we talked about earlier, and I am not lying to you. This is on this list of questions. I've never seen this list. I still haven't looked through all the questions. What does home truly mean to you?
Is that one of the questions?
Yes.
That's amazing.
I know. I told you. That's what I said. Did you send me these questions?
Just hearing my kids' voices, hearing them laugh, it's there's nothing in the world like that.
Yeah.
When you come home and you hear your kids, it's like that's the best.
It is. It is. It's and it's funny because you said your girls are 11 and 8.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. When they grow up, oh God, it's funny because one of the things I've always taught my kids, and I got my boy is 32 now. My daughter's 23. Now my son still does it. One of the things we always say before we leave, I love you, hug, and all that. My daughter used to do it all the time when she was younger. I don't know what happened, but now her big thing is, like, if she's going away, she won't say I love you to me. It's mm-hmm. So it's like good night, Grace. Mm-hmm. It's like mm-hmm. So I guess that's our way of saying I love you now. Just so be ready when they get older. That may change a little bit.
Yeah.
Greg, thanks.
Cool.
Oh yeah. But thanks a lot. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you're doing. Those of you listening, make sure you go to the website, Greg Lato, dandelion.com, and I'll have the link in the show notes. Talk to Brad Cox over at APG Federal Credit Union Arena and anybody else. I mean, the military, Aberdeen Proving Ground. There's a lot of places where we got a lot of military family down here, and we need Greg down here performing. So reach out to somebody and make sure you get him down here. Greg, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something from it as I did. If you'd like to hear more conversations like this, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I'd love it if you could leave a review. It helps us reach more listeners and share more incredible stories. Don't forget to connect with us on social media or visit our website at conversationswithrichbennett.com for updates, giveaways, and more. Until next time, take care, be kind, and keep the conversations going. It takes a lot to put a podcast together, and my sponsors help out a lot, but I also have some supporters that actually help me when it comes to the editing software, the hosting, and so forth. There's a lot that goes into putting this together. So I want to thank them. And if you can, please visit their websites, visit their businesses, support them however you can. So please visit the following: Real Life Prosthetics, cutting edge solutions, restoring ability since 2001. Go to reallifeprosthetics.com. Full Circle Boards. Nobody does charcuterie like Full Circle Boards. Visit them at fullcircleboards.com. Sincerely Sawyer Photography. Live in the moment. They'll capture it. Visit them at sincerelysawyer.com.